Let's say you're looking for a fragrance that will last you all day long. If that is the case, then you're watching the right video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 different fragrances that I've worn pretty heavily and can vouch for them lasting all day long. And these colognes or fragrances that I'm going to share with you range from low-end designer to even niche. But on that note, let's get into it. The first fragrance that I want to share with you guys is going to be a fragrance for someone who likes something that is like a fruity, masculine, woody scent. This fragrance initially, when you first put it on, it's going to really punch you in the face, but that's kind of expected for something that's going to last you, 12 hours. The first fragrance that I'll talk to you guys about is going to be called Cedrat Boise by Mancera. So outside of this being a great fragrance, it also has a really nice screw-on cap that you can just kind of carry and go. Sorry, that's just one of the cool parts of this fragrance in my opinion. But like I was saying, this fragrance, it opens up with a really fruit-like, masculine punch to the face, and that lasts me about 2 hours initially. After about the 2 hour mark is when this fragrance really starts to shine for me. This is when the sillage or the scent trail that comes with this fragrance is just phenomenal. Now this is going to be a fragrance that when you put it on your skin, you're going to smell it up close. It's going to smell very woody, very masculine. But now in the air, it's still going to be really masculine, but there's some sweet fruit nuances that complement the woodiness really well. Now from hour 2 to 6, it's going to be fairly linear. It's not going to change or develop too much on your skin. Now after this 6 hour mark, some sweetness is still there, but it's going to be primarily be a woody style fragrance. It still will have a decent sillage, but it will be significantly closer to the skin, which in general is expected after that amount of time. And for this being a niche fragrance, it is fairly affordable. For I think it's around 90 bucks. You get 4 fluid ounces or 120 mLs for about 100 bucks. If this does interest you, down in the description you'll see a link to Vember fragrances where they do sell these for a very affordable price. And you can use code GeorgiaGent for a little bit off your total. And the second on this list is going to be one of my all-time favorite cheapies that I picked up. It also happens to be one of my favorite blind buys. Now this fragrance, in a similar way to the Cedrat Boise, opens up really sharp and really almost in your face. But honestly, in my opinion, the opening of this is a bit more enjoyable than the opening of the Cedrat Boise. The second fragrance that I'm talking to you guys about is going to be Blue, Cedar, and Cypress by Cremo. And as you can see, I've put in quite the hefty little dent into this thing, which that might not look like a lot to you, but when you have all of these over here, this is a lot of a fragrance. Now this is one, I'm going to put this one into the cap real quick. This is one that in the past I've spoken about really highly on my channel due to the longevity, due to the compliment factor behind this fragrance. But not just that, this is a $20 fragrance, guys. And when I say that Cremo hit the ball out of the park with this one, they really did. Honestly, with all the fragrances for the most part. Now for me, I get 6 to 8 hours out of this fragrance. And it doesn't develop quite as much as the Cedrat Boise does. Like in the opening, yeah, it's sharp, but that kind of dials back maybe 20 minutes into wearing it. But then for me, for the next 4 to 5 hours, I have phenomenal sillage. This projects, it lasts, it grabs people's attention. For example, the first day of me having this, someone said that I smelled like a Christmas tree, which honestly made me wear it a bit more because, come on, who doesn't like the smell of Christmas? But all in all, at the end of the day, this is going to be a $20 fragrance that is going to be well worth every penny you spend on it. This, as well as the others that are here, could all be your signature scent. And fairly easily because they are all pretty versatile and a bit unique. I think you can find this for like 20 bucks at Target, Walmart. And again, guys, that is Blue, Cedar, and Cypress by Cremo. Now, the next fragrance on this list is going to be the highest quality on this list. This is a fragrance, if I tried putting out the notes, it would cover the entire screen here, because the brand sourced the ingredients from pretty much everywhere in the world. This is a fragrance for someone who is going every day to work wearing a suit, or if you want to go to work with the confidence of someone who's going to work every day in a suit, then this one's for you. The third fragrance on this list I'm talking to you guys about is going to be called Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me for review probably, 8 months ago or so. But the reason why I mentioned that in this video and not just in the description down below is because it tells a lot about the brand. If you are familiar with the Zaharoff brand or George Zaharoff himself, you understand that with every sell or every purchase you make through the brand, he likes to send out his own personal touch. Not only that, he's very active in the fragrance community. But for me, this fragrance is going to be a burst of lavender in the opening that's going to really develop over the wearing. Imagine you're sitting in the middle of a rainforest while you're getting your hair cut, and the barber's using old school techniques with the straight razor and stuff. That's the vibe I get with this. It creates confidence. This is the kind of fragrance that you wear to get shit done. Again, guys, that is the Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. And number 4 on this list is going to be one of my all-time favorites. And not only is it one that lasts all day and that I really enjoy, it's one that people around you are going to enjoy as well. Number 4 is going to go to Dior Sauvage EDP. Now, in my opinion, this is going to be the best Sauvage you can pick up. There is the very cool spray, which I own also. I own and I really enjoy this one too. There's the EDT, there's the EDP, and the Parfum. In my opinion, this is the best, most well-rounded fragrance of the 3. The opening is going to be a loud blast of citruses accompanied with some pepper. After about an hour, that initial blast of, ambroxan and citruses and pepper kind of dials back just a little bit. And at that point, it's really less in your face. From about the 2-hour mark to about the 8-hour mark is when this is just a phenomenal scent. In terms of the performance, the projection, and this is the overall scent of the fragrance itself. And in the dry down, there is a vanilla note that gives it a bit of a sensual edge over the EDT and the Parfum. But if you don't want that, if you want something that's less complex and just is that general scent, that Sauvage scent, you're gonna go something like this. This as well lasts me all day long. Now the Sauvage Cool Spray is a very simple fragrance. It's very linear. It is the same scent throughout the entirety of the wearing. But for it being a body spray, it lasts all day long. So if you want a Sauvage that's well-rounded and something that's not quite as sharp, I'll go something like the EDP. If you don't care, if you want something that is, pretty linear and just really enjoy the scent of Sauvage from opening to dry down, and you want that same scent for the entirety of the wearing, Sauvage Very Cool Spray. Both last forever. Again, y'all, number 4 was Sauvage EDP. And number 5 on this list is going to be my least favorite on this entire list. I had to include it here because it does last me like 10 hours on my skin. If you want to smell like dryer sheets, if that's what you want to go for, if you want something that smells clean, like that kind of clean, you want to go something like Mont Blanc Individuel. This has a raspberry note in the opening that I don't really enjoy very much, but when I've worn it, like I said, it lasts me for the entirety of the day. It is fresh, it is clean, but it is a winter fresh clean fragrance. It's not one that you're going to want to throw on when it's really hot outside, because the sweetness coming off of this can be a bit cloying. It's like a staticky clean kind of scent, if that makes sense. But it damn sure lasts me all day long. This is one that I throw on when I'm just kind of casually going about my day, normally on the colder weather kind of days. The opening is one that I really dislike in this, but the dry down, it's not as bad. And if you're a fan of Creed Original Santal, you might like this, because it is very similar for like 1/10 of the cost. But guys, that is that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up down there. Maybe comment down below to let me know what I'm doing right. But guys, like I always say, keep it gent, love your scent, and I'll see you all next time.